Welcome back to the Crack Mug. Thanks for coming back. These are pesto chicken meatballs and they're absolutely delicious. Lovely and brown on the outside and really moist on the inside. Beautiful flavor of the pesto. Really simple to make, perfect for the summer. You can do so many things with these balls. Okay. Sorry. Anyhow, let's go up for a minute. They are delicious. They're simple to make. You can do them in a pan on top of your stove, or you can do them in the oven as well. And the truth, in the oven, they're perfectly fine. They are still tender and juicy, but we don't get that lovely brown crust on the outside. I know that you can use these in so many ways. They're delicious warm. You can have them with pasta, whatever you want to, but they're also delicious cold out of the refrigerator. I pop these things, they're addictive, like crack, I imagine is. Can't stop eating them. Please hurry back because I've already had 8 of them at least. So come on, let's get in that kitchen. Here is everything you will need for our delicious pesto chicken meatballs. 450 grams of ground chicken. The chicken I'm using was pre-ground, but it has breast meat and thigh meat in it. If you can only get breast meat, that's perfectly fine too. 450 grams, approximately 1 pound. Here we have pesto. You can make it yourself or you can buy it in a jar, which I did today, but it's truly easy to make yourself. I have 170 grams of pesto. Panko breadcrumbs, 50 grams. Grated Parmesan. If you can grate it yourself, even better. And this is 45 grams of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm keeping the salt low because there is salt in the cheese and in the pesto. I have 1 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can put in more if you like, or less. If you're trying to get kids to eat these, maybe omit the red pepper flakes. Entirely up to you. You know their taste. All right, let's get this together. Just going to add the egg to a bowl and just mix it lightly. Lovely. And we're going to add our pesto, our breadcrumbs, red pepper flakes, pepper, and salt. Just going to mix these really well. We want the breadcrumbs to be soaked and moist. Going to let that sit there for about 2 minutes. I'm going to add the grated cheese and fold that in. I didn't put the cheese in earlier because I wanted the panko to get a chance to absorb the liquid. Our chicken. We want to fold this in, but we want to be quite gentle doing it. We don't want to overwork the meat. That took about a minute. Looks like our pesto and cheese is mixed through thoroughly. And that's it. So now we're going to make some meatballs. And like I said, I'm choosing to pan fry these, not bake them. You can use a small ice cream scoop to measure out your meatballs. I want about a tablespoon for each ball, and that's a measuring spoon. This is a teaspoon. And I'm just going to scoop it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want to overwork these at all. They don't have to be perfectly round. If you want to, you can roll these in your hands. You can put on gloves if you want to, and just roll them gently to make yourself a meatball. If your hands get too sticky, then just add a little water to your hands, a tablespoon and a teaspoon. So keep that going until you're done. And then we're going to saute them till they're just a little brown with a little crisp on them. And look, they're very addictive. You can make these meatballs twice this size, not a problem. Just adjust your cooking time and your baking time, depending on how you're doing it. Heat your pan, add maybe a tablespoon or two of a flavorless oil. I'm using canola. Okay, my pan is hot, it's on a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add these guys in. Be gentle, not like me. Give them a little space. My pan is quite hot, so I'm turning it down to a medium here. We're looking for a little bit of color here. There you go, nice and golden. I'm just going to turn those over, and we'll roll them around in a minute. After 2 minutes or so on this side, they are, I'm sure, yes, they're getting color there too. So I'm just going to roll these around a little bit, just to get the sides. As we know, they're not perfect balls. Perfection is overrated. And we're going to cook these for just 2 more minutes maybe. A good idea is if you have a thermometer, stick it into one of the bowls and make sure it's over 165 degrees. Then you know they're done. We don't want to overbake them. That's 174. That one's 180. Nicely browned. I'm going to take them out right now. It's going to be very hard not to eat these while the other ones are cooking. Perfect. This is the last batch. I'm just going to top those onto some paper towels. And then, my favorite, we're going to taste them. Wait until you try these. And I wish I could give you one right now. We got a beautiful crust on the outside in that oil. They were only in there maybe 5 to 6 minutes total. But we got a gorgeous, gorgeous color on the outside. Look at that. Can you see that? Welcome back. It's true, I can't stop eating these things. I have eaten now probably a dozen since I started cooking them and filming this. They're so easy to pop like popcorn. Honest to God, you're going to love them. So simple too. I have a little sauce here that I made after using the jar of sauce in the actual meatballs. There was 2 ounces left over. So what you could do with those 2 ounces is make some pasta and throw that into the pasta. And you have a lovely pesto pasta topped with your meatballs. I actually just added a little bit of mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, and lemon juice to make a cold dipping sauce, which I love. The other one is very similar, but has a lot of hot sauce in it, just to spice things up, you know. All right, let's try this. Like I've not tried them all. And you can see just how beautiful and juicy they are on the inside. They are. They're so good. Please try them. You're going to love them. A couple of things before you go. You must have them cold on a sandwich with some tomato, mozzarella, whatever you have at home. Absolutely gorgeous on a sandwich. I usually make a double batch of these. What you can do is make the meatballs. You can freeze them before you cook them. Put them on a little cookie tray and shove them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, throw them in a Ziploc bag and you're set. Or cook them all if you want to, and put them into the freezer like this. You can whip these out and have them on a plate literally in 5 minutes. It's so simple and very handy to have on hand. These can also be made with turkey. So your choice here, chicken or turkey. But I promise you they will be delicious. And I think if you try them, you're going to love them. So, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.